Welcome into another episode of the Neely Schmidt Yourself podcast. I am Mike, joined by my left as always. I got John, and we're happy to
Hey,
be with you
yo.
guys. John, we got a fun episode today. What are we
Yeah,
talking about?
absolutely.
What are we going over?
We're going over draft stuff. So I want to we're going to talk about like how the draft is changing locations. Um, then getting our experience when we went to the draft up in Cleveland in 2021. Then our draft excitement for this draft of 2024
Or lack thereof.
or lack thereof. Yes.
I wonder why
Um,
we feel that way.
I don't know. We haven't had a draft pick for the last 3 years. In the
And
first
it's
round.
not even for a good reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
And then I think we're gonna go into figuring out at
Top
least the
five.
top 5 picks
Top five.
because I see some crazy stuff going on because I don't know, I could just see a lot of crazy stuff going on.
I think that's where the excitement's going to be.
Yeah, the top 5 is probably gonna be the craziest.
I want to see where some OSU players go and some players notable players. I want to see where
Yeah,
they go
exactly.
first round. But like the end of the first round, like I don't care. I really don't. I mean, I want to see where the division goes, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to see kind of what that you're right. First 5-10 players looks like, especially because
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of moving and grooving when it comes to those
There was
things.
even talks that Chicago would have moved out of the first spot if they were keeping a certain quarterback, which they did not. They got rid of Justin Fields. So then
Yeah,
you
they
knew they were
sure
going to
did.
take someone else. But
You sure did.
so how do you feel about the draft moving locations? Since I mean, it has been in Cleveland. It's been in what else?
I mean, good.
Vegas,
I
Nashville, Dallas. I forgot all about those too. In the virtual draft.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, obviously, for a long time, they did this in New York City's Radio Music Hall, as a lot of us know. This what we're sharing now is directly from, if you can see on the full screen, if you're listening, we have what's pulled up is like basically like where the draft locations they started to move it around. They wanted to get the NFL draft in more locations for different fan bases to be able to witness and experience this that used to only be in New York, and that just it wasn't feasible to keep doing that. I think it's good for the NFL to branch out in this way.
No, I think it's good because just the NFL has boomed like crazy since watching it as a kid and growing up. It has just gone absolutely bonkers.
Yeah,
Um, and it's feeding into college too. And it's
the
it's getting
college
there.
landscape is completely had to change,
Mm-hmm.
and for better or worse, honestly. Shout out to Reggie Bush getting your Heisman back,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, rightfully so. We can go in a whole tangent in regards to that, but we'll try not to. But yeah, there's just so many like cool things that are being able to happen that are getting moved back. But all that to say, like I like the idea of doing this. I think it's good to be able to like get into that. Oh,
What is it? Ooh. Hello. Oh, hello. It is time.
what you drinking, sir?
Brewdog, Hazy Jane.
Should have known. Got a Mad Tree coffee table. Blonde ale with coffee and lactose. So if you're like Santa, you can't have this. That's actually pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good. See, I'm not a big coffee person when it comes to like.
Normally, like these are like super heavy. This is like refreshing and light
good.
somehow.
It's real good.
It's like a carbonated. It's not. You know what I mean?
No, I know what
Like
yeah.
like a cold coffee.
Ooh.
I can get down with that. That's delicious. Getting back to it though, I think it's good to be able to get into different fan bases. You and I got to go experience it, which was a ton of fun.
I just think it was crazy when we ever found out that Cleveland was hosting the draft. We're just like, how did that happen?
But they made a whole movie about this.
Well, yeah, they did a draft day movie.
Kevin Costner. It's a fantastic movie. I have the poster somewhere. Actually, I think it got ruined, sadly. I had a poster like from a movie theater of it. I'm gonna have to buy that again.
I've watched it a couple times.
I used to watch it every year. Um, I haven't watched it in a while. It's hard when you don't draft in the first round because you
Yep.
go on and take a quarterback who's questionable off the field and on.
Mhm.
Well, that's not what today's about because we didn't draft him.
Nope.
Uh, it was. I mean, the draft was a ton of fun,
It was
and
it was a great time to go up there. I mean,
it
just to walk around and be in the atmosphere and being like there was the plexiglass that was behind like the announcers and stuff like the pre-draft stuff. And we got to see Joe Thomas and Joe Thomas was like right there. That was really cool.
was a lot of fun. It really was, and it felt like the NFL really came to your city. Like they really like. I mean,
It was
I'm I'm stoked for Detroit this year, getting to be able to have them. I mean,
yeah, it's
I'm
like
sure the amount of economic
all
like
Boom is gonna
help
have there. Oh,
is
it's
is
gonna be
good.
great.
It's Detroit of all cities, like that's fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, not that Green Bay is a small town; it's there next year. Like it's
Hmm.
going to be huge economic
Yeah,
help
it's
to
gonna be
them.
right next to someo's house in Green Bay. Because I mean, if they're
It's because
giving
there's
it this,
nothing in
there's
Green Bay.
nothing around Green Bay. But that's the other thing I
Um,
think is like there's the it's the allotment right next door, and all these big trucks roll up and set up for the draft.
it's gonna be. I like that they're letting these cities get this kickback of this
Hmm.
event. It's not just going to New York.
No,
Like
exactly.
New York has money. I'm sorry, they're a big market. Getting to go to these smaller market cities and show, pull all the stops out. Like, what do you have to offer? Can you make this happen? It's just a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun because you're not going to have it next year. I think it would lose its luster if you had it every year, which I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
felt
same
that way
place.
in New York.
It just felt stale.
I mean, it was fun, but
Yeah,
it
but
right
it just
compared
was
to
getting
like even getting to go once, and let me know your thoughts. Like, I feel like getting to go once, like it made me get differently, like a different way invested every year after
hmm
being able to do that.
yeah,
Because I'm like, man, I can't wait for it to come back. And maybe next time it comes back, like we'll be with our kids, or we'll be able to like
yeah.
share that with an even bigger family to go do that.
I
And it
mean,
was free. It was
it was
free to
free.
join.
We did not
You had
have
to
to
sign
pay.
up and you had to do the things, but it was free.
That's because it was during the height of the pandemic
That's
when we
probably
went in.
true. It's probably not free anymore.
I mean, it
Um,
was because what I had, because that was interesting, is because that was during the pandemic.
it was
You
the
didn't,
first
you,
year
it was the first year, and you were not vaccinated yet.
I couldn't be.
Oh yeah, that's right. You couldn't be yet.
Um,
I got vaccinated because I'm designated as the first responder. Um, but I had my like to for the draft to like actually physically go up and be by the stages. You could have if you had your
vaccination card.
vaccination card with you, you were able to get up that way and get further up and actually would have seen it.
I had just had COVID right before I was able to get the shot, so I
Mhm,
could not get the shot, and you were not. Now people still did it, and look,
mhm,
there's a lot of information going out at once. I'm not blaming anyone. That's not where I'm coming from. But what I am saying is, if you had COVID, you weren't supposed to get the shot for like X number of time. I don't even know what that time frame is. So I could have gotten the vaccine to get my card to be able to see there,
yeah,
but I was like, I'm not going to do that because this shot's not going to help me. And I have a lot of family with different health related things. I'm like, I need to be selfless and not do this and wait and get this properly because of those things obviously matter a lot more. I didn't get the like you and Andrea were able to, I believe, get those both sooner because she was, being a teacher, and that wasn't, I was still deemed. I worked in health insurance or work in health insurance, so I was always still at work. We are still doing things, but I wasn't like I get a shot right away kind of thing. So
also,
yeah,
I think the reason why, yeah, I got the shot is because I was working
you work for the
those
health department. Of
I work
course,
in the
you're going
health
to get the
department, so
shot.
yeah, yeah.
You literally have it in the back room over there on the freezer and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah. We did. Not anymore,
So
but
we didn't get to go down,
no.
which was kind of a
Um,
bummer.
but
And
at
I
the
definitely
same
want to do that
time
next time.
that we also hit with rain.
Oh yeah. So I
So
remember
it was going through rain stopping. Because I think we each brought a rain jacket, which worked out great.
it
Um,
was obviously it was on Thursday,
mhm.
and so we went and like we were able to get into the stadium and then had fun events on the stadium. We
Mhm.
were able to like
It
see
was really
trophies
yeah.
and rings and like it was like I mean, with the Hall of Fame being close, it was probably even easier for us because they could bring so much more because
Mhm,
it's only an hour drive from Canton up to Cleveland. That I
mhm.
don't know if they were always going to bring all of that stuff. And maybe they do. And if they do, awesome. I really hope they do. There's so much they probably could bring to Cleveland. And if it was in Cincinnati, I would go if it was in Cincinnati. If
Oh, same
hopefully
here,
it is. I would absolutely go.
and I'd still wear my Cleveland Browns gear.
I mean, I would too.
Um, yeah.
I mean, there's fans from all the teams
Oh, yeah.
that still go, and I love that. Um, my point being is that there's a lot of things that we still were able to do and see at the stadium,
And not just see
um,
the draft itself.
and
It
not
was it
just
was
see the
just
draft
there's a
itself. Like
very cool atmosphere to
we
be
could see the stadium, we could see like the stadium. I mean, they can see the stage and stuff. Um, but because of the weather and because of like how we timed things, we had a hotel. You and I did that, at a certain point to go watch the draft, like we left and we went and watched the draft like we normally would. We went to a bar and we were able to watch it in comfort, but we got to do all those extra activities beforehand, which was a ton of fun.
in. Mhm,
And we didn't have to wait and get wet. We were able
mm-mm.
to be comfortable. We could leave the draft when we wanted to when it was getting way too late and we're in the 20 picks. I'm like, we ain't drafting. We're done. And it's
Yeah,
not
yeah. I don't
we
I was
fell
like
as you fell asleep before the draft was over, and I think I got it to, like, the high 20s, and I was out.
I think we stayed at least to the bar till I think we were at 15.
Something like that. It was probably 15, 16, 17, somewhere in
Mhm.
there. Can't remember, but,
It was a lot
uh,
of fun. It was
it
a
was a lot
great
of fun.
I just like being the atmosphere, being there, even though I didn't get to see the actual people go across the stage, but it was just the fact I got to do all the pre-draft stuff
Yeah,
and
and the
got to
weather
see
sucked. If the weather
it was
wouldn't have sucked, I probably would have felt differently,
mhm.
but when the weather sucked, and I was like, "We're hungry, we're
And I'm
tired because
like,
we've
I
been
don't
out all
wanna
day."
pay for stadium food.
I don't wanna pay for stadium food.
Mm-mm.
I don't wanna pee my pants because I don't wanna leave, and, like, people do that. It's like the whole for those of you who don't know, and I've ruined if you didn't know this, the people who wait in Times Square for the ball to drop are wearing adult diapers, and they've been there all day, and they're just waiting to change their pants next year when everything is over.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not saying that people did that, but I wouldn't be surprised if
I
people did
wouldn't be
that.
surprised one bit if they did.
And I didn't wanna even if we could have gotten up, like, maybe I would have been more tempted, but I was super thrilled with, like, what we got to do,
Mhm.
and we could enjoy it somewhere else in the city. I think and we went to some place that was near a hotel.
Mhm.
I think it
Yeah,
would have
I
been
can't
really cool to be downtown, but we are 2 married dudes on a budget, and so, no, we
oh,
didn't do
no,
that.
that would have been nuts.
That would if we could have made the experience better, if we
I
could
would
have
say,
had a
yeah. I
place
would say that.
downtown,
That would probably be the only
and
thing.
that would have been so cool. Just
I think that
downtown lifestyle.
I think that
Been
would
a
have
big
been like if that was one thing we could have changed, I probably would have done
if money wasn't a problem,
it. If money wasn't an option.
then I would have 100% probably still left and
Mhm.
just enjoyed it at a downtown Cleveland bar
Mhm.
and watched the draft there. Did we even pick in 2021? We were
I
talking about this
I think we
pre-show.
did, and I think it was Greg Newsom.
Was it?
I wanna say yes. I wanna say yes. Hold on
I'm
one
looking
second.
up. I'm looking it up.
No, I can look it up right now. Hold on, I'm right here.
So, we did pick Greg Newsom. You're right. 26th pick.
Ooh. Also, all this is also all the quarterbacks that were drafted in that year in the first
Oh
round
yeah.
are all on different teams except for Trevor Lawrence. He's on the
Hmm.
Jaguars still. And they
Yep.
got
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I think
Mac
that's the
Jones is teammates
same
with Trevor
year.
Lawrence now.
Yep. Wait, is this the same year? Hold on.
Dude, I forgot Alex Leatherwood, who eventually played for the Browns, was drafted by the Raiders that year. Oh, what a terrible pick. Terrible, terrible pick. Anyway, not important.
Hold
Oh,
on.
that's
Who?
Michael Parsons' years too. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah, because
Devontae
wait,
Smith.
This
Patrick Surtain. That's a good. There's some good. Jalen Waddle, Jamar
also
Chase. That's a
also
good. Kyle Pitts.
the Eagles thought this was interesting. The Eagles traded with the Cowboys at the switch from 10 to 12 just to get Devontae Smith.
Mhm.
And you could have had Micah Parsons. I'm pretty sure I'd go the other way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they picked the Heisman. They picked the Heisman.
A wide receiver during
Okay.
the pandemic.
I will point out, other than a quarterback and
True.
him, who's the last player to win the Heisman that wasn't a quarterback? Not named him. Reggie? Is it Reggie?
No. I think there's only been 2 wide receivers the whole time, though.
I mean, it's either a running back or a quarterback, like every year. Every year.
Oh, and Detroit's pick that year, Penny Swell, just got paid.
Penny Sewell?
Yeah, Penny Sewell. Or no,
Mm.
Penny Swell.
No.
It's not Swell?
Penny Sewell.
All right, cool. He got paid just of late. He just got
Yes,
paid.
he did. Yes, he did.
And Jamar Chase will get paid. That was also great. Kyle Pitts was.
Oh
not
my
great.
gosh.
He was too high at 4 for a tight end.
Dude, I'm just gonna do this right now on a whim because I just need to do this.
Okay.
I need you to tell me at the best of your ability, 3 strikes and you're done, and I'll go through them.
Okay.
I need you to tell me every Heisman winner since 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
RG3.
RG3 was 2011.
Okay. Oh, the year before that was Marcus Mariota.
No, Marcus Mariota was 2014.
Oh crap. Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston was 2013. Now on the Browns.
Baker Mayfield.
2017.
Kyler Murray.
2018.
So RG3 was 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to say who was before him? I want to say it's Cam Newton, but I think that's
Cam Newton. Cam Newton was
okay.
2010.
I was thinking he was 09. So
there's a lot of players on this list that have played for Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay, Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith, 2020.
2020. Joe Burrow's 2021.
Mm-hmm. No, Joe Burrow's 2019.
2019, sorry. Caleb Williams.
2022.
And then it's Daniels, the quarterback. Yeah, he's the quarterback from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which ones have I not got yet?
So you don't have 2021. You don't have 2016, 2015, and 2012.
Who's after Marcus Mariota?
You're missing a running back, a quarterback, a quarterback, a quarterback. And a lot of them are still, they're all.
Oh, Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel, 2012. You're missing 2015, 2016.
Tim Tebow.
No. Tim Tebow was 2007.
Okay, sorry. So Tim Tebow, that's my first strike.
You're missing a player's 2 teammates, one back-to-back, current teammates, one back-to-back years.
No, Deshaun.
Current teammates in the AFC North, one back-to-back years.
Oh, Lamar,
and who's his running back?
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Cool. 2015, 2016 is what you just got. Now you have
2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Plays for Carolina.
Oh, Bryce Young.
Yep.
Hey, that's not bad. There was 3 I struggled on.
There there are mostly, I mean, quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, quarterback, running back. Who? Let's see. Can I find? Do you want to know? Do you want to take a guess? The last player, non-running back, quarterback, to win the Heisman,
I want to say back in like the 80s.
97.
Oh, who would? Oh, was it a cornerback? I want to say it's what's his name from
Go to the Raiders.
Michigan.
Yep.
Why can I not think of his name? He
Charles
played for the
Woodson.
Packers. Yep.
You're right. It's
And
Charles
he also
Woodson.
played for the and he played for the Raiders.
Charles Woodson. You're
Yep.
right. You were giving enough of who it was. I knew you knew. Yeah. I mean,
That's crazy.
this reward, Desmond Howard was the last wide receiver to win it prior
There's
to
only been, is it 2 or 3 wide receivers?
Devontae Smith.
I want to say it's either 2
1,
or 3.
2, 3.
Only 3 wide receivers.
3 so far.
Because I think the year that Marvin Harrison could have won.
Only 3 all time.
Yeah, he could have been the 4th, and I think he deserved it, but I don't know. That's just
Only
me.
3. Wow.
I think if he had another year on with CJ Stroud, he would have.
Johnny Rodgers, 1972. And then it was Desmond Howard, 1991.
Mhm.
And then Devontae Smith, 2020.
Yeah.
Those are the only wide receivers that
Crazy.
won the Heisman. Anyway,
Crazy.
sorry for the weird tangent there.
Not a problem with the weird tangent. Those are fun.
Good tangent. All right. So are you? What are you excited about? Like, the trip was awesome. I loved our trip.
Yeah,
to
the
Cleveland.
trip was
I would
great.
Totally
I'd do it again.
Cincinnati
Definitely.
or Cleveland. I don't know if I would do it in Pittsburgh.
My excitement for this draft would definitely be that I want pure chaos and everyone trading everything to move up. I want pure chaos.
What are some things you want to? Okay, you want pure chaos, but what outcomes do you want to have?
Not
in the
Marvin
weekend?
Harrison Jr. go to the Cardinals.
Okay, I want him to go to the Colts.
That would be cool. The Colts are actually looking up. I've read some stuff that the Colts are actually looking up to trade up to get him, which would be sweet because he goes to the same team that his dad went and played for.
Yeah,
it'd be sweet.
It would be really sweet, and it would be a homecoming story.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot of like it would be
Yeah,
good.
I agree 100% on that.
Is the NFL rigged if it happens? Probably, but cheers to that.
Yeah. Sorry. I also just think it's going to be a very quarterback heavy draft.
Yeah.
There's a lot of needy quarterback teams.
There is every year. I mean,
yeah.
Looking over things, I mean, obviously, like the Bears need a quarterback.
Well, they traded a decent quarterback away. They just couldn't.
Patriots need a quarterback. The Giants need a quarterback, I guess.
You think Danny Dimes is going to get you to the Super Bowl?
No, but they paid him as such.
He got paid more than Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield is way better than he is. But all right,
sure.
The Chargers don't need a quarterback. They could draft a quarterback. They could just as be
the Chargers.
They could.
Why?
I don't know. They're gonna.
No.
I think they.
You don't need that headline. You don't need that headline. No. They need a wide receiver because they just lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. You desperately need a wide receiver. There's no way in the draft that they're not getting.
Hold on. Sorry. It might be Riley.
Daughter time.
I don't hear anything. We're good. Sorry, we had to take a moment.
Welcome to being dads. We pause at any moment.
But
look,
no, I hear
her.
No, I hear her right now.
But will she fall back asleep?
I'll let it go for a little bit. But
so I believe most of these teams are needing a quarterback, and if they let, because the Cardinals don't, if they let it go down to getting. Look, I say 1-2 is probably quarterbacks. I don't know who those two are. I'm guessing Caleb Williams one. We all think that.
Definitely
whoever
Caleb
goes-
Williams is going to go 1. I think Daniels is going to go 2. Those are definitely the solid ones that are going to happen. I don't think
believe
Washington's trading out.
I believe Daniel should go 2.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy has been continuing to go up. I think it's just white noise.
I think so too.
I
can see him being drafted. I can see him drafted in the late in the first round. With some team trying to go up, like the Vikings or something like that.
This is crazy because you and I talked the other day. I think it was this weekend when we were celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday, bro!
Thank you.
I told you that I thought Brock Purdy was a higher end version of a JJ McCarthy.
And I agree with that. And 100% on that one.
Apparently, some other NFL analysts who know way more than I do also agree with my opinion. So that's cool. I hate that I say that, but like honestly, like that's where I want him to go. Like that kind, he needs that kind of system around him. And he's not going to get with his old head coach again. So, I think a team could move up to 3 to potentially get Marvin Harrison Jr. Trying to get above Arizona,
but I see either New England just staying there and drafting a quarterback, and they can also take Drake May out of North Carolina. I can see that happening. Maybe. There's a lot of hype around him too, and there has been hype around him since last year. Him and Caleb Williams. Yeah, but there's always hypes around quarterbacks.
Yep.
So definitely.
Here's my concern is that look, if Marvin Harrison Jr. slips past number 4, he is getting picked at number 5. He's getting picked at number 5 by the Chargers.
Oh yeah, and I would be okay with that. I mean, they got Chargers also need a running back too.
Yeah, look at Chargers desperately.
But they just signed Dobbins.
Yeah, they're fine on. They have a decent running back room. Running backs, sorry, they're interchangeable. I hate that, but it's reality. I could also see a draft day trade where T. Higgins maybe goes to the Chargers. Like I think it's not something talked about, but like I could see that happening.
It could definitely happen. They do need a wide receiver badly in Los Angeles. So
yeah,
the Chargers,
desperately.
Chargers is not the Rams because there's 2 teams in Los Angeles now. But yeah.
Anyway, I think that would be cool. But I don't see him leaving. He's a top 5 pick. I just think that we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get 3-4 quarterbacks in the first.
It's possible. There's possible there could be 5 drafted,
depending on what the Cardinals do. I mean, the Cardinals got a lot of needs.
So what do the Cardinals need? What
they need: a wide receiver, edge, D tackle, cornerback, running back.
No quarterback?
Not yet.
Sorry, I'm not a Kyler Murray fan.
Is anyone?
They were.
Well, they were also living in a fantasy world with a Call of Duty. Professional football player at quarterback. So who knows?
I don't know. They gave Josh Rosen that 1 year, man. That's all they gave him.
Well, Josh Rosen turns out to be a terrible.
That was a horrible pick.
Terrible quarterback.
There was a thing.
Former Browns, by the way.
Yeah, there was a thing I saw that someone was watching a video that says Bill fans were upset that they didn't draft Josh Rosen. They drafted Josh Allen. And could you imagine that now? Like thinking about that, like, you're upset about that.
People don't even know who Josh Rosen is anymore.
No. Like you wanted Josh Allen. That's who you wanted the first.
I wanted Josh Allen that year. I did.
I wanted Sam Darnold. I was totally wrong on that one.
I think Sam's fine. I don't think he's what everyone else is. I did not want Baker. I was told that Baker was a lot better, and you know what? He was definitely better than I thought he was going to be.
I just
definitely a turning point.
I thank him for everything that he brought to the Browns, and I wish they didn't do him that dirty.
Well, I mean, when you look at the rest of our division, it's hard not to try to swing for the fence when you have deep pockets.
Yes. But so I already know, like, number one overall is definitely gonna be Caleb Williams, hands
I'm not a
down.
betting man. I'm not betting. I'm not betting.
You're not betting?
But I would if I was.
Just my interpreter is.
My interpreter might be
Yeah,
for our YouTube channel in Brazil,
Brazil.
Guatemala.
Hey, that's where the
And
Browns might play this year, is in Brazil.
no, they're not. You didn't hear about this?
No,
Packers, man. It's
oh, it's the Packers now.
Packers are going. They're a whole small town.
Got it. But yeah, but if we were definitely taking bets on this, Caleb Williams getting taken first overall. I would do that. He would be my number one pick if I needed a quarterback out of this
Yeah.
draft.
Because if you don't pick him and he becomes anything,
You're gonna look like egg over your face.
yeah.
I mean, he has the best potential to have the best upside out of any of these quarterbacks.
I'm not high on him, but
I liked him
I'm
in
not picking,
Oklahoma.
so it doesn't matter.
True.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Bears, I just hope Caleb Williams does well, and I hope the Bears do him a solid and actually, I think, because
Build
they
around
have the yeah, and actually do what they're supposed to do with a quarterback, a young quarterback, and actually build things around him and not just, oh wait, they got an old, what, they got Keenan Allen, right, from they traded for him from the
Yeah.
Chargers. Okay, let's
The
get an
Bears
actual
are-
wide.
The Bears have multiple first round picks and they're not going to be good.
So I'm hoping at number 9. I'm hoping the Bears, just because I want that franchise.
They have a lot of needs. They have a lot of needs.
Do they should? Oh, do you know how many picks they would have got for that first overall pick this year?
I mean, sure.
But
I
would
don't
you?
know.
Okay, who would you rather have, Caleb Williams or Justin Fields?
Well, neither, because they're going to get destroyed after they have nothing around them. And the worst thing you can do, here's my philosophy. I'm not an NFL. I don't work for the NFL. I don't work for any team. But if I was going to build a team, I would be getting everything but a quarterback. Build up the line, build up everything else, and then draft your quarterback. Don't do it before you got the main pieces to protect him in place. Every expansion team that I have seen come out in our lifetime, Browns, Texans, the first quarterback is the first overall pick. Like, that's what you start off. Stupid. That player gets destroyed. They have no career. Play with a nobody. And I'm sorry to whoever that nobody is, but you need a stopgap.
I
You
agree with you on that one.
don't need to waste that pick. Trade it away, get more assets, build up. That's the way to go. I'm an experienced Madden player, and that's what I would do. I'm not. I've played Madden and forever, but I just think that's if you're going to build up a team, there's this perception that you just gotta get a quarterback. Yeah, get a quarterback that's cheap. You're not paying much, and build up everything else.
That's the reason why I think. That's the reason why I think New England's going to trade out of the third spot.
And maybe they will.
They got a decent. They signed Jacoby back. He's been in that system before. I mean, it's the same.
Is it the same system?
I don't know. I mean, Bill Belichick ran not the offense. What did he do? Defense.
He was the offensive coordinator. He was the GM and the head coach. It's talked about that apparently Kraft told Arthur in Atlanta, the owner, don't trust Bill.
Not the fact he won you 7 Super Bowls?
Or did Tom?
Both. It was both.
Yeah.
It's both. You needed both of those guys too. That, like, when Tom Brady wanted to leave, he should have just been like, I'll do one more year and we'll just see how it happens. Okay, that sucked. All right, I'm out.
Bill Belichick's old.
Also, that could have been us. We could have had 7 Super Bowls.
Well, we had no stadium, and we chose Charles Springe. We chose some other quarterback in that draft. Some other quarterback instead of Tom Brady. So we struck out multiple times.
That's because we didn't have Bill
Charles
Belichick as our
Lynch,
head
something.
coach anymore.
Um,
And they had Drew Bledsoe.
they
Like,
did have Drew Bledsoe.
they had a good
Tom
quarterback.
Brady wasn't supposed to be anything. Let's just,
Nope.
we all know it.
Is that what we're
Wasn't supposed
thinking?
to.
Brock Purdy is going to be the next one?
Could be.
Never know.
Could be.
You could never like that's about this draft is like
Too
you
much
could
is
hit
unpredictable.
like okay,
People-
Miles Garrett came out of nowhere before the draft because he wasn't talked about. Like I'm just saying, first overall picks. Like just thinking
Miles
about
Garrett
all
was
the
the consensus #1 pick.
hands
Consensus.
down. But he came out of nowhere. You get what I'm saying? Like before everyone was talking about quarterback, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, Miles Garrett. But he wasn't talked about until like later during the draft process. Before it was after the combine that they were like, oh crap, this dude is.
I mean, he's been every bit of the consensus #1 pick that he should have been.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I will say that there is a problem in the NFL when they think they need to draft certain positions. Repeatedly, we see over and over again that just doesn't work, and it's you're reaching on quarterbacks. You need to follow a system. It's numbers driven.
That's what the Browns used to do, man. We used the quarterback every year.
And how'd that work out for us?
Horribly.
Right. Which is why we did what? Sold our soul and our pocketbooks
for a hope and a prayer that he would get back to the form of 2020 again.
He's played some games, okay.
Oh, the last game
he played, injured.
The last game that he played against the Ravens, I was okay.
And they shut him down. Why? Because they didn't want Baker to happen. The whole situation again. They're like, nope, sir, you're sitting down. We'll keep paying you. Sit.
I don't think he wanted to. I think he wanted to keep playing.
He did.
And Baker,
but Joe Flacco happened.
Hey, I was
Flacco round find out.
That's crazy.
I mean, this is because of how much we're paying him. That's why we didn't bring him back. There's no way he plays bad one game.
Oh, we're clamoring for Joe Flacco, and that's the reason why we also probably didn't bring back Jacoby either, because Jacoby also played pretty decent.
We tried to get Jacoby back from real reports.
I know. I agree.
Here's the problem.
I would have too.
We not only have one, but we have two terrible humans as quarterback.
Yep. We got Jameis Winston.
We got crab leg, and he has other issues with women, just like our quarterback. And I'm just like,
I don't know why.
Have we not learned anything? No, we haven't.
And that's the reason why Jacoby probably didn't think about coming back to the Browns, is because he knew he wasn't going to start.
They're not the same. Look, you want to get the same situation with quarterbacks.
I mean, Jacoby and they're pretty. Jameis Winston is pretty close to more Jacoby than it is Deshaun.
I don't understand our quarterback room.
Because you were going to ride with a rookie last year as our number 2.
Look, he played so much better. Dude,
I was at the Steelers game. I was at that game, the Steelers-Browns game.
It was bad? Was it the bad one?
No, the
good one.
Where we won by a field goal.
That was a good one.
That was a crazy.
It
was a crazy.
I don't know, man. This division's going to be interesting this year.
I'm not excited to face the Ravens. Not at all.
Are we ever excited to play the Ravens?
No, not especially with the 2 threats now. They're running. They have Derrick Henry now. But also, Derrick Henry was also on the Titans. He didn't do shit against us. So,
look, our defensive coordinator is great. We'll be great on defense. We've retooled on offense.
Also, yeah, we were told. We also got an old Browns quarterback to be our offensive coordinator.
There's a lot of things that I'm excited to see how it happens. But I say this every year. But now the expectation is playoffs or bust. Like, if you don't make the playoffs, if you're not consistently making the playoffs, we have problems.
I mean, but
because
also
that's what we've invested.
think about Kevin. What in the past
They extended
2
him.
years? What is this, year 4 for Kevin?
Yeah.
You've taken
Now we're on year 5.
I think we're going on to year 5.
So at half the time he's been there, he's made the playoffs.
And he's won a playoff game.
Well,
He didn't. He was at home. I forgot about that.
he was at home with COVID.
Not the fact that he wasn't the whole time.
They murdered the Steelers.
Oh, that was such
murder. What a great way to end Big Ben's career. That was the icing on the cake for me.
I mean, I would have loved if we would have drafted Big Ben, but hey, whatever.
I told you not to get me on this rant.
I know, man. It's so hard not to just talk about Brown draft and Brown.
I don't the ineptitude, what it takes to be consistently that bad and not occasionally being good.
I think not how the NFL is scripted. What if it was just the Browns were just purely just cursed from the start just to suck? And we just had to sell our souls.
Bad colors, no logo.
Whoa! I love our colors. I love orange. So
I have no problem with the orange. No problem.
You just want brown.
Well, Paul Brown didn't want them to be named the Browns.
Oh, I know. What was their name before the Browns?
We didn't have one.
So we're just called the Browns because of Paul Brown. I know that. Also,
yeah, but he didn't. But he flat out said, "Don't call them the Browns after me," and they did it anyway. I mean, it was a different time period. We're talking like what?
Yeah,
40s.
Yeah,
40s. Because 46.
But you can thank the Cleveland Browns for creating 3 of the 4 teams that are in the AFC North.
Yeah. Ravens moved. We got created. He made the Bengals.
Correct.
So
you're welcome. Welcome, NFL, because of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Also, the Rams were actually technically in Cleveland too.
Yeah, they were in Cleveland. Cleveland Rams.
Yep.
They moved plenty times, but now they're in LA.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm I know you're not excited. I think I'm just excited for hopefully just chaos of trading and people just trading their lives away for first round draft picks.
Here's why it's hard for me to be excited this week.
It's because we don't have draft pick.
We don't have first round draft pick, and not related to the draft. My wife's going to be out of town for a bachelorette party, which means I have the son, which is fine. We'll be good. But I won't be like.
Is this the first weekend by yourself with Cal? A whole.
So. Sure. I'm not concerned, but I'm like, no. I'm gonna need a break.
Yeah, I get your point.
It'll be nice in some ways, but also I've reached out to other people, and I would have reached out to you. I'm excited about you running your race for a quarter marathon this weekend. I hope that we can do the podcast next week and you're doing okay.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. You're going to be doing great.
The day after will probably be rough.
I knew that you were going to be spent this weekend. And so I've reached
out
to...
my parents are coming into town.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a busy weekend. You're more than welcome to come downtown and watch
me. We're going to try to see if we can come downtown. We'll see how that works with...
Yeah.
We'll see what my son says about that. But I've reached out to folks of trying to do stuff with folks. So I'm like, I need to be around people.
Yeah.
For my own sanity.
Yeah.
It'll be good. I reached out to our buddy Dave. I reached out to some other folks. And it will be occasionally it's nice just to have a dude's weekend.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the house will be empty. My brother-in-law is not going to be here. It'll be weird, but
you could do your Saturday cartoons with Cal, or getting him into the draft spirit and watching draft.
The draft won't be on that early.
No, you can watch
draft day. He wakes up at 5 a.m.
You can watch draft day.
his attention span will be like for 5 seconds and be like,
Just have it on
book?
in the background. Just have it on in the
Sure,
background.
sure.
That's what it is. It's just background noise.
Um, really
Hey,
want to play the
I
jingle.
watched Pokemon the movie on my birthday with Riley, and it was
Dude,
just
I
background
watched
noise.
it on my tablet because I can get it from the library because my tax dollars at work. Hoopla's for the win. If you don't know who Hoopla is, look it up. It's fantastic. Get a library card, download movies, audio, comics, books. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Um,
You'd nerd out just with a
yeah,
library card.
I want it so badly. Dude's Day.
Ooh.
Dude's Day. As you know,
Because the gift you gave me.
my gift to you, we got to talk about it. I gifted you some money towards Dude's Day.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's a lot of life things going on with us right
There's
now.
a lot of life things going on.
More probably with you than me. Praying that you get some good news here shortly. I know that it's not seeming great right now,
No.
but sell your house, get the new
And
house.
close
Live
on the
5
new
minutes
house.
from me. We can build a tunnel and we can go to each other's
Tunnel.
house with a tunnel that's definitely not legal and we won't do it, but I would love for it to be a real thing.
It's only going to be like a 2-mile tunnel. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like 2 miles.
2 miles. That's all it is. Could do it. But yeah, Dude's Day, you gave me to spend some money, at least $25 to anything I want.
Dude, there's so many things that I like. I want I know they're gonna watch this, but I want a dude's weekend.
I don't know if we could do a Dude's Weekend.
I know.
I don't think
It's
realistic.
a hope and it's a prayer. And not all
think
prayers get answered, and I
you might-
understand that that's okay sometimes.
Do you know when we'll get the Dude's Weekend? Is when all of our kids are in high school and they can take care of themselves.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
You know that's what probably is going to happen.
Don't tell me that. You're probably right, but don't tell me that. It's fine. Don't tell me that. Okay, the thing is, to make it feasible, we have to do the same in reverse.
Same in reverse?
We have to do this for the girls.
Oh, I agree.
They're going to do it for us because that's got to be fair. It's got to be fair.
I kind of did that for Andrea
did.
on Monday.
I know. We got to make that. We got to make that work for the girls and just be like, boom, here you go. Here's the monies and treat yourself.
Fun. So yeah, no, it was fun. Riley and I got to spend the whole day together. It was a lot of fun. We went on a 2-mile walk.
Got to prepare for this weekend.
Yeah, it was a good walk.
Oh.
But yeah. So, but I think this is it. So I'm gonna
it's it, man.
That's it. So I'm John.
I'm Mike.
Thank you for nearly spent yourself.
Let's get out of here.